The entitlement is real. The entitlement is real. In a league desperate for attention, in a league that has been ignored by the mainstream for the better part of 30 years, you would think that the WNBA would be encouraging their fans to express their opinions. You would think that the WNBA would be encouraging people to interact with their players. Instead, not only is the WNBA discouraging interactions, they are trying to police it. They are trying to protect their damsels in distress from negativity and criticism. There is an old adage in professional wrestling. You either want to be loved or you want to be hated. Doesn't matter which. You just want one reaction or the other. The last thing you want is indifference. And for the better part of 30 years, that is what the WNBA has experienced. Indifference. No one cared about the WNBA. Hell, no one gives a shit about the dump now. If you removed Caitlin Clark from this league, they would be back to playing pretend basketball in high school gyms. Now, there is not a doubt in my mind that WNBA players deal with a lot of criticism. There's not a doubt in my mind that WNBA players deal with criticism that can be inappropriate. I'm sure they deal with hatred. I'm sure they deal with some of the dozens of isms, and if they're not dealing with it, they play make pretend and pretend that they are. But either way, it shouldn't matter. As long as fans are feeling something, as long as people are criticizing this shitty product, it shouldn't matter, because at least they are talking about it. Unfortunately, the diva of Dump Divas, Kat Engelbert, she doesn't see it the same way, which isn't all that surprising because Kat's not exactly known for her business acumen. I mean, she took this league from losing $10 million a year to losing $50 million a year. And now, the Dump Diva is trying to extinguish momentum by policing fan behavior and shielding WNBA dump divers from criticism. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Headline at ESPN. WNBA launches task force to combat hate directed towards players. A what? Excuse me? A task force? Correct me if I'm wrong here. A task force is what kicks in your front door when you're suspected of being a drug mule. The U.S. Marshals form a task force to find the most dangerous criminals in America. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, the WNBA is treating their fan base like criminals? Why would anyone spend money on this product when they're treating them like criminals? The product is already bad enough. If you waste money on tickets to pretend basketball games, that is a you problem. But most people are not doing that. Over half the dumps in this league can't draw flies to a fresh turd. And now you're treating fans like criminals? Someone please make it make sense. This dump diver task force, it is taking a four-pronged approach. They are going to monitor social media and digital platforms using advanced technology to detect comments and threats. I guess Uncle KC is in trouble. Do I need to call my lawyer? Will the bearded beauties in the WNBA task force be knocking on my door this summer after I criticize the dump? The WNBA will also be monitoring fan behavior inside arenas. Now, I believe this was a typo. I believe what Kat Engelbert meant to say was they'll be monitoring fan behavior at high school gyms and the local YMCA. Luckily for the WNBA, they won't have to spend too much money on this arena task force since, most pretend basketball games are played in front of empty seats. Let me just translate this for you. The WNBA is going to war with its own fan base. They are threatening people who have the audacity to criticize pretend basketball. This is one of the biggest problems in the dump. This is one of the reasons that people can't relate to this league. The constant whining and constant complaining. WNBA players act like they are the first athletes to deal with criticism. Go ask LeBron James about dealing with criticism. Steph Curry, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Hell, Drew Brees, he was crucified for defending the national anthem. Go look at the Twitter feeds of guys like Stephen A. Smith, Clay Travis, Skip Bayless. I promise you, the hatred, the criticism that these dudes deal with, it is 1,000 times worse than the dump divers in the WNBA because those dudes have an actual platform. The vast majority of WNBA players are unknown. You really think people are wasting their time criticizing Natasha Cloud? If Angel Reese is worried about criticism and over-sexualization, why is she posting bikini pics on social media? I never hear Chris Cuomo, "Hey, it's me, Chrissy C." I never hear Chris Cuomo complaining after he posts shirtless selfies. The truth is, the WNBA got lucky. This league lucked into a once-in-a-lifetime superstar. And ever since, the WNBA has done everything they can to completely fuck it up. Later this afternoon on the main channel, we're going to be talking about ratings for the WNBA draft. I'll explain why I think Angel Reese could be completely overshadowed this season. Link to the main channel's in the description below. But in the meantime, sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys this afternoon on the main channel.